We see our main character was right in a little bit trouble as Sona asks, so if you know about the supernatural, that means you must know about magic also. As our main character nodded said, yes, I do know about magic and I do also hold a secret gear. As Sona said, so what is the secret gear? As our main character said, divine divide. As she said, oh, I get it. As she suddenly her eyes got wide and said, what? Divine divide. I am this generation white dragon emperor. As they were still in Sona's house, so it was safe. As our main character just manifested Albion on his back. As Sona I got wide and said, hello, Miss Sona Shitri. I am Albion. I am the White Dragon Emperor. As Sona said, so you really are a White Dragon Emperor of this generation, huh? As our main character said, yep. As they talk about little bit, and Sona and our main character formed a little contract, like let's say they're gonna help each other from time to time. As our main character was pretty much very happy to receive this kind of, let's say, contract, because mostly let's say if Rios was in her position, she would have tried to take him as her piece. But our main character was happy that he made an excellent choice of getting Sona. She was rational and she could cooperate with him. And you can say the plus point, she is not gonna betray him literally. So it was pretty much a safe deal. Now let's say when our main character returned home, he was met with a little problem, as the problem was his father died, and let's say he had to go to the funeral, and the funeral wasn't that much of a pleasant at all. And let's say he had to comfort his mother, but unfortunately, because not being the real Fujimaru Ritsuka, he had a little problem. Let's say he knew it was a gloomy atmosphere right there, but our main character was having problem of recognizing people. But let's say his mother also became a little suspicious of him because he was not acting like himself. The real Fujimaru Ritsuka would always act cocky and other thing, but he literally was his daddy's boy. As pretty much he loved his dad way too much. But right now Ritsuka wasn't showing this kind of attitude. It was like it was natural. She could feel that our main character wasn't feeling sad or anything at all. It was just an awkward moment, or he was just tense at that moment. She decided not to question this at right now. As our main character returned to Koho, as when he come from Tokyo, as let's say his mother also decided to come live with her son, but she was given another chance. You can say she was given an offer to run the Fujimaru clan, or you can say run the Yakuza group that his father used to lead. Now let's say Ritsuka was given this offer, like he would become the guy, become the Yakuza boss, but Fujimaru literally denied that fact. He said he doesn't wanna become that. As let's say the position fell to his mother, as his mother accepted it, but right now they need his mother need a rest, so they decided to send his mother with her son, so that she could at least cope up with the feeling that she has. Now we see when he returned to Koho with his mother, let's say his mother questioned him about what was his emotion today. As let's say she was also starting to ask a few questions about who he was. Let's say fortunately system gave last moment of, you can say, emergency memories, or a few memories of our main character, a few memories of the body that our main characters inhabited. So he was pretty much safe right there, as he just literally just thanked Eve for it. But let's say the house was pretty awkward, as our main character, he knew that she was his birth mother, but she was not his mother. He doesn't feel anything for her. It's like he was forced to do this many thing, but he just stayed quiet for a while. he just need time to accept this as a thing. You see, he was still thinking this was just a game or a dream that will end at any moment. He couldn't accept the fact that she was his mother right now. As after his mother left for Tokyo, our main character, let's say, become depressed a little bit. You see, his mother said that I'm disappointed in your son. Now, why did she say that? Because if the real Rizka Fujimaro was there, he would have taken his father position and avenged his father. But our main character never knew the man. He never had his memory or any kind of moment with that man. He couldn't even remember. That was strange. His mother was disappointed because why he wouldn't want revenge by the man that killed him. But she left with a disappointment, as let's say that day. Our main character felt a little sadness and let's say anger toward the woman that just literally was disappointed at him. He could have told her that he was not her son, but he cannot. It's some kind of rule that he cannot break. The system also blocked him about telling this. He wanted to scream to her when she was literally shouting and breaking down in front of him. Our main character wanted to say that he was not her son, but the system stated that it would create problems. As we see, our main character did that day, and you can say did not go to school. It was pretty weird for Sona because normally they would always pay. You can say she have never seen a student. You can say not attending school. You see, he was just here for 1 month really. Not that month has passed already, but he's already skipping school. There was no you can say there was no news from him that why did not he come school or anything. He was sick or something. So Sona decided to visit our main character. As we see, Sona visited our main character on his house. As Sako up and said, "Yes, how can I help you, ma'am?" As she said, "Can I meet Fujiritsuka-kun?" As the maid nodded and said, "Yes, master is inside of his room." As she did not dare to go inside her master room. Apparently, you see, Ritsuka gone a little bit of a little bit of drunken state because let's say his mother was disappointed or a lady just literally just insulted him right there. He was feeling a little bit of guilt in his heart. He doesn't know what the damn feeling is. As we see, Sona entered the room and she saw there was few alcohol. There were bottle of alcohols there. As she said, are you drinking?" As Menkai said, "Oh, Sona, sorry, I didn't come to school. It was a little depressing. My father passed away today." As she just hugged him and said, "It's I'm sorry." As our main character said, "Don't be." He was a Yakuza. I know the life of a Yakuza isn't that easy, but still he passed away too soon, he stated, trying to act a little bit of sad, but in reality he was angry right there. He knew this body wasn't his, but he was still feeling anger, he was still feeling grief, and his heart was breaking. You see, his body, it was just an instinct that it awakened, like he knew that this was not his father that died, but still he remembered his old world. A little bit of his past revealed, as we see a little flashback when Rizka's mom they went outside. As she said, "I'm disappointed in your son." At that moment, our main character remembers something about his past, as he remembered how his mother died in a car crash. As after that everything was blank. He does not do anything after that. Let's say he just felt sadness, so much sadness at that day. He just wanted the sadness to go away. He doesn't know what to do. Our main character trying to reveal his whole past, but also trying to cope up with the new body. The emotions were getting best of him as Albion was trying to comfort our main character way too much, as Sona was also there. As let's say that time Sona, that whole day Sona never returned to her home. She was literally with our main character. She saw how much of a you can say sober that our main character was, as she thought it was just because his father passed away or something like that, but in reality it was something different. He was trying to remember his past. He remember his what happened. He knows how he died, but he was trying to remember other things like what he liked. He doesn't know what he liked, but he knows what this body likes. As the next day we see Sona that day never returned home. She was fully with Ritska. As the next day, oh by the way, Sona also told Rias about that there is another person who knows about the supernatural world, and she said that there is a person that who is this year White Dragon Emperor, this generation White Dragon Emperor. As so Rias was a little intrigued and said, "Can I meet her?" I said, I thought you might have seen him or something. I bet you might have sensed him." As she said, "I did not. He does he study in the same school as us?" As Sona said, "Yes, Riska Fujimaru." As then, as Ria's eyes snapped up and said, "You mean?" Yes, he is this generation White Dragon Emperor. As Rias said, didn't you try to reincarnate him as a devil?" As Rias was saying to herself, please don't. I need him. I need him to. I need him to get me out of the arranged marriage." As she was saying this to herself, as Sona said, "Unfortunately, I cannot. Even I tried my two mutated pawns. They couldn't really do anything. He was too strong. I bet even 8 pawn would be enough to reincarnate him as a devil." As Rias just sucked down and said, "Even 8 pawn wasn't enough. So I guess he's a lot more stronger than he seems, eh?" "Of course." So Sona said, "Of course he is. And good thing I made a contract with him. In time he will help us, and whenever he needs it, we will help him." As Rias said, "Oh, okay." Now we see the next day our main character felt a little better because yesterday Sona was there with him like the whole day literally. And Sona also knew about Sakuya, and she really did not care about anything. As she said, concubines are pretty much common in the underworld, and harms are common. So she really did not mind it. As let's say Sakuya was excited that she could be her master's servant or anything whatever she desired. Now we see our main character return to school, as particularly he saw a gaze was on him, like a cat was keeping an eye on him. As he twisted to somewhere, as he saw the first year Konoko Tojo, she was stalking him a little bit. As our main character just said, stalking me, is this in good?" As we see our main character from the school, as Issa has already doing some, devil business, creating contract and other shit. He tried to do this, but unfortunately Issa does not possess magic. Yeah, he doesn't even have magic a little bit at all. As we see our main character was called into the ORC with Issa, as Issa said, "Why are you called to the ORC?" As who knows? As Issa doesn't know why he's being called there and why his friend is being called there pretty much. As we see when they reach, our main character took a seat in the sofa beside as our main character took the opposite sofa beside Konako. You can say he took the opposite side. He took a sofa and he sit like you're seeing here. As our main character just has something on his hand. We see a juice can right there. As he said, so why did you call me? As Ria said, I would like to introduce my. As she was about to finish, as our main character said, I know who you are. You don't need to introduce yourself. I know who you are. I guess I should introduce myself. Name is Rizka Fujimaru. As they said, nice to meet you too, Fujimaru-san. As we are what we wanted to talk to you about is she did not listen to Sona's, you can say, proposal. As she said it, would you like so what is your main wish in life or main aim in life? As our main character said, aim, you say. As our main character got in a little thinking pose and said, I really don't have an aim myself. I really don't know. The main character normal is aim right now is something to become a dragon god and have a family right now. Is that it is that simple dream, really, nothing too much flashy. But he won't tell Rias about that. He wants to stay human till the end. He wanted to show that even a human can surpass gods. Now we see suddenly Rias said, do you want power? And Paraj, your own personal harm, as she thought that he might be very easy to manipulate, easy person to get into her, Paraj. But our main character said, You said Paraj, I heard from Sona, as Sona also explained to me about the evil P system, that you reincarnate human as devil, right? Yes. So what kind of benefit I will be getting if I become a devil? As she said, you will at first, before I answer you that, but we Grimaries treat our servant like pretty much our families, as our main character said. I can see that. Going to go to the point already. As Rias said, okay. If you become devil, you will live forever mostly and become strong, and you will even have your own Paraj at some point if you become a high class devil. Then our main character said, Paraj, you say. So mainly it's that I have to become your servant, right? As she just said, yes, in a way, yes. As our main character just said, your servant. I don't like that idea. My idea really, being a white dragon emperor and all. As Issei wasn't still awake, Issei was already awake as suddenly Issei's gauntlet suddenly appear as Drag said, old friend, can you hear me? As we see Albion Divine Divide gear up, or you can say Divine Divide wings appear behind our main character as they start to speak with each other and say, yes partner, I am here. Yes rival. As Drag was a little bit of scared because he could already feel that Albion was very strong. Albion's host was already a higher class, higher, even tenfold, you can say, a lot more stronger than his original host. His original host is a joke, literally. As Albion said, don't need to worry, rival. We are not gonna fight yet. When you become strong, if even it takes 100 years, I'm gonna wait, rival. I know you're weak, too weak to be precisely. As Albion said, I don't like to talk anymore. Go away now. As Drag just got to go away because Issei doesn't have enough energy to manifest Drag. As Albion went away, as let's say our main character says, see, I don't really need to be in your Paraj to become strong. I already am strong. As she just still insisted, our main character, as our main character said, knock yourself out if you can. As he gave her permission to make him a devil, as she tried to push her night piece, mutated night piece into our main character, as she saw it won't go in. And then she tried to use, let's say, her bishop, but it won't go in either. She tried other pieces, but unfortunately, that won't do it either at all. Let's say after that, hey, as our main character just laughed at and said, "Didn't Sona tell you that evil pieces doesn't work on me? I'm too strong for these evil pieces." As we see, our main character says, "So, I can do something else if you like. I can make. So how about it? We make a contract with each other. I will help you when the time you need it. How about it?" As Sona said, I don't really like that, but right now I gotta do that thing." As our main character nodded and said, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." As a, as our main character said, if you don't believe me, I guess we should apparently have a spar. How about it? We will even involve you, Turius." As we see, our main character just as Ria said, "Really? Oh, you're being cocky right now." As our main character said, "Nah, you haven't seen me being cocky yet. How about it? Wanna have a little spar?" As Ria thought and said, "Why not?" As for, let's say, Isis was fully dumbfounded as he knew that one of his friend was already at the supernatural world and he's even stronger than him. He felt a little bit of jealousy toward our main character, but he just let it go. As we see, they were in, you can say, they were outside of the ORC as they just created a barrier so nobody could see. As we see, our main character was first fighting Kiba as, let's say, our main character said, "Why don't you come all again together?" As they just nodded as Rias just smirked and said, "Hey, we are gonna show him how strong we are." As our main character just started to stretch his body and they were all getting ready. As we see, Kiba literally rushed toward our main character with trying to slice him. As our main character dodged Kiba's attempt to cut him, as Konoko tried to punch our main character into the gut, but our main character stopped her punch with his finger and he just gave her a simple flick on her forehead as she literally went fly into a tree. As we see, Akano tried to using lightning to do shit to her main character, but unfortunately for her, our main character saw the lightning as he stated divide. Literally, the lightning becomes small. As our main character just smirked and said, "Huh, so that's how divide work, huh? That's pretty good." As we see, then our main character literally, you can say, hit Akano into her neck as making knock her out as he placed her onto the opposite side of the battlefield gently. Then he literally faced the other as he saw Konoko tried to punch him again, but he decided to be a little more harder this time as he literally punched Konoko into the gut as making her crash into many trees at the same time. Then Kiba tried to cut him once again as our main character just said, "Damn, okay, come on, cut me." As when Kiba tried to cut our main character body as his sword break at that moment as his eyes wide and said, "What?" As our main character said, "You really think you can cut me or kill me, harm me at all? That's foolish of you." As our main character hold Kiba by the face, then slam him into the ground. There was a big ass crater right there. As we see, Rias just was ready, you can say, about to fire her power of destruction, a blast of power of destruction. As our main character said, "Oh, that's cute. That's puny energy is gonna hurt me. Interesting." As our main character, we see, just looked at the beam that coming toward him, the power of destruction. As our main character just said, "Hey, Let's see. I know my cultivation body can handle this, but still, I want to see how my body is strong enough to handle this right now. As our main character summoning drag, I can say Albion right now. As Albion started to say divide, divide, divide. As the blah, the blasphemy, you can say, yes, it was sucking the demonic energy literally. So yeah, tough luck, tough luck. He's literally, you can say. She was trying to fire her power of destruction, but unfortunately she did not even have a strength left in her body, as she just literally collapsed into the ground. As our main character said, weak. Then the only one was left, it was Issei. As for Issei, it was pretty easy. As Issei got angry seeing Rias getting hurt, as he just went there trying to punch our main character as he boosted his arm. So our main character wanted to test Issei a little bit, so he got hit. As a main character, he got hit in the face by Issei. As our main character, you can say, he just got a little bit of, he just backed away a little bit, as he said, the punch wasn't that bad, but he needed to boost more to hurt me actually. As our main character said, I should show you. Then our main character literally punching, not punch, he literally punched Issei in the gut. Sorry, he punched Issei into the gut, as Issei was about to go blown away, about to go toward that, distance. As before he went away, our main character hold Issei's head, then slam him into the ground many more times and said, this is for scratching my beautiful face. Then he hold Issei by the leg, then bashing him into the ground few more times and said, this is for being a dumbass and weakling. Then our main character just said, hey, I had fun. Then our main character, we see, start to heal them, and he does know a little bit of healing magic, so he did heal them. As when they woke up, as they saw only what they described was destruction of the damn ground. Craters everywhere. The destruction were pretty much, you could already say that they were fighting some high class devil. As Rias would literally wanted our main character into her barrage, but she cannot. As we see our main character just saying, when you're stronger, then call me, maybe we'll have fun that day. As to unknowns to him, our main character was getting watched by someone, getting watched by a loli, and unfortunately that loli is a dragon god. Yes, Urpis. As our main character just looked behind and somewhere into the sky and said, there was, for a moment I thought there was someone looking at me, but nah, no way, that might be my imagination. As Urpis said, human, I don't know how are you able to sense me, but that's interesting. You're becoming more and more interesting, human. I would observe you for a while. Now we see our main character was in the ORC, literally hanging out with them mostly. As mostly Sona, he would hang out in the student council president, and let's say Sanji one time challenged our main character, and let's say it wasn't very pleasurable. Our main character beats Sanji into the ground and literally makes Sanji beg for his damn life. Let's say, as before, Sanji would piss his pants. Our main character just said, because you being my girlfriend's pawn, I'll let you live. Go on, fuck off. As let's say, the arrogant piece of shit just literally, his confidence already disappeared tenfold, and he knew that his president was taken. As we see, our main character was hanging around in the ORCS, as Issa already met Asya, and he was getting slapped by Rias, as Rias said, "Don't go near the church anymore." As Issa was just a little bit angry and stated, "Why?" As let's say, he wanted to save that nun. As for our main character, he find her annoying, so he isn't saying anything about anything right now. He wanted to observe the situation a little bit. As you see, after that, when as Issei looked toward our main character and stated, "Dude, help me to get Asya." As our main character said, why not? As our main character has already decided to take away Issei's her man, he decided to not to take Asya because apparently he knows that if Asya wouldn't betray him at all, she is too innocent and not innocent for that. But then again, she is annoying. In the series later on, our main character in the series later on, she become a little possessive for Issei, and let's say she would do dumb thing. So our main character decided not to, you can say, not to take her literally. So he decided to help Issei. Why not? As Kiba was also there and Konoko too. As our main character was outside of the church, as we see our main character just stretching his body right now. As he said, should I go to my balance breaker? Hey, why not? I could scare them a little bit. Nah, this my base form is already enough. As Albion said, "Peace, partner, use me. I'm sick and tired of getting sick. I'm getting sick." As our main character said, maybe I will think about it, Albion. Don't worry." As Albion said, "Yeah, do whatever you want. I'm gonna go to sleep." As our main character just has there's a Sundar dagger right there. Now we see our main character entering the church, as it was literally nothing, as he was met with barrages of stray priest. As our main character said, I see a lot of trashes here. As the priest said, "What did you say, you brat? Come on, guys, let's kill him." As they were rushing toward him, as our main character flash step, as instantly everyone's head literally fall into the ground. As let's say, with the few of the priests who live, devastated. What happened? As they started to, you can say, shudder in fear. As one of them even pissed their pants literally. As our main character said, "Oh, I miss few of them." Hey, who cares? Hey, Kiba, you can take them, right? As Kiba said, "Oh, yes." As he was a little bit baffled as seeing how he literally cut all of them only with his hands. As for Konoko, she just taken the rest of the priest who survived. Now we see few fallen angels was also coming toward them. As our main character said, "They're annoying." As what our main character did with his, you can say, this is something called bloodlust. This was natural you can say this was one of the passive abilities, so he decided to use the bloodlust to see in the maximal potential. As he did, the whole church literally got shooken up by the bloodlust. Let's say the other fallen angel, the low ranking one, they literally, you can say, fall into their knees, and they said, "Oh, what is this pressure?" As let's say even Issei said, "Oh, what is this pressure?" As our main character said, "Oh, my bloodlust is also pretty maxed out, huh? Hehehe, interesting." He just laughed. Then our main character suddenly, you can say, buy a sword from the system store. As he stated, should I use Albion? Nah, sword. Why the fuck not? My swordsman skill is already beyond 200, so why not? Now our main character take out a sword. Now this is Sasuke's grass sword, by the way, grass sword. As he stated, Sasuke's grass sword, interesting. As he channel a little bit of channel his mana into the sword, as the sword glows a little bit. We see our main character mana was purple, so our main character said, "Cool." Then he started to cut all of them literally into half, leaving them into feathers pretty much. as other people was also following him. As when they reached the ritual room, they saw Asya was pretty much naked into the auditorium. As our main character said, I guess she just look hot if we see her up close. As our main character was rethinking if he wants Asya or not, but he stated, nah, I should leave something for Issa. Asya will be Issa's, so why not? As our main character saw, Rainer has already took the twilight healing. As our main character said, blah blah blah. She was babbling about taking the world, you can say impressing our Lord Azazel. As our main character said, really, huh? Yeah, interesting. As our main character literally cut one of her subordinate, as it was Calavera. As we see, the lowly fallen angel. I don't remember that shit name because that shit was literally ugly as fuck. I you can say don't remember that lowly's name. We see that lowly, ugly lowly, she started to, you can say, shudder as she pissed herself literally as our main character laughed little darkly. As for Issei was little said throwing up literally. As our main character said, yeah, Issei, you should already have been getting over it. Killing is the one of the devil job the devils have. And you're getting thrown up. I should be the one that's thrown up right now. As our main character said, no, nothing could be done. As he just looked at the lolly and stated, if you were a little bit more older and if you didn't look ugly, I would have kept you. But unfortunately, I have to kill you. As our main character just literally, right now, just to get his hand onto her head, then he just stated burning hands. She just, you can say, literally burned into ashes in front of Rainer as Rainer just backed away in fear. As our main character looked at her and said, oh, you're scared right now? I thought you having twilight healing will make you invincible, huh? What is it? Why are you scared right now, disgusting fallen? As he literally went toward her slowly but surely, then he stated, I don't like killing a cute girl like you, but you're a bitch that enjoys killing innocents. I'm pretty sure that you have killed hundreds of innocent men that have taken upon you into dates, right? As she was said, no, it's not. As she was literally wanting Issa's help right now. As she said, Issa, I will be with you, please just help me. As Issa said, dude, kill her. As our main character said, gladly. Then he said, I have a better way to what to do with you. As our main character to clap his hand together, then his shadow extend. From his shadows, a demon, you can say, it looked like a human corpse coming out of his shadow, as it looked pretty disgusting as what you can think. As our main character said, Haber. As the demon just nodded at our main character will. As the demon went toward her, as Raina was in shock, she could not move, as it was the demon's ability to paralyze people with fear. As the demon moved toward her, started to rip her clothes off, then started to rape her as she started to moan in pain. We see the demon started to eat her slowly, as the demon disappeared from there. As for Issa, he couldn't literally watch the scene, as our main character just smirked and said, that skill is pretty interesting. I know I have connection with the dead people, but it's pretty awesome. As our main character just said, that was awesome. As when Rias and Akano arrived, they were just horrified at the scene what they saw. It was just literally a massacre. As they just looked toward who did this, and our main character was calmly sitting into one of the church benches, as he was having a little juice to him. as they said, Fujimaru-kun, did you do this? As our main character said, yep. Saved Asia also. Now your turn to resurrect her as your bishop. She has a great secret gear, Twilight Healing. Catch. As you throw the Twilight Healing toward her, then Rias just gave the Twilight Healing toward the dead corpse of Asia. As we see, she just resurrected her as a devil. Now the next day, we see our main character was not ultimately loving what was happening right now into his house. You see, Rios took a little advantage of him, like living alone, and she doesn't know that he has a maid. She suggests to Asya to live with him, and our main character really did not mind, but now he's minding it really. Today, let's say she literally burned breakfast 2 times. Our main character is having a little trouble with her right now and stated she was burning food 2 times. As for Sakuya, she wasn't there because she was gone out for shopping and she thought that Asya might be able to cook. As our main character thought, I'm gonna punish Sakuya when she returned. Let's say Sakuya wasn't pleased what happened. She also got master punishment, but she also loved the punishment day way too much. Now our main character decided, now I should go to school, as Asya was in the same class as him. He knew it was gonna happen, but damn, who could have thought? We see after that incident, a week passed as the familiar forest would now time for the familiar forest. We see our main character was chilling into the ORC as they were having a little tea, as Akono's tea was apparently his favorite, as Akono also sometimes flirt with our main character, so he doesn't also mind that. Our main character was having fun really, it wasn't that bad. But right now, let's say he was getting horny pretty much. He wants something, but unfortunately Saku isn't there. And he is in the school, and let's say if he goes to Sona, let's say they decide to go on a date next week. So yeah, he was pretty much bored that day. Then Irias suggests that they go to the familiar forest, as our main character said, familiar forest, what is that? A forest where we devils occur or familiars. Can I go? As Rias said, I don't see why not. As our main character nods as he went into the same summoning circle as they met with the rip-off Ash Ketchum. Yeah, as Issa said, are you Ash? As the person said, he said, no, I am the familiar master. Then we see our main character said, damn, that a rip-off of Ash, huh? I feel bad for Pokemon right now. We see our main character was pretty much bored, as they did the same really. He didn't find any familiar for himself, as he thought, I might able to get a familiar for myself, but unfortunately, he did not get anything. But he was still walking with them as the slime incident still happened. As our main character was pretty satisfied what happened. You see, our main character you see the water spirit that literally looked like a man. As he just laughed at Issa's fate. But then again, Issa literally wanting the slime. As our main character didn't see anything, he just literally burned the slime. You see, suddenly there was a loud roar, a roar of a big ass beast. As we see, suddenly the beast, it was fully black, and it had a few it was glowing blue mostly. As this beast was coming toward them, as the familiar master said, run, the untamable dragon is here. As we see, our main character just said the untamable dragon, huh? Interesting. Why it's called the untamable dragon? As familiar master, as they were running, as he stated that many devils and other people tried to tame it, but it never take them as their master. Never even acknowledge them. It kills his victim by pretty much with nightmare. Also, it also gained the nickname of the Dragon of Nightmares, as our main character said, nightmares, huh? Interesting. As our main character stopped running, as our main character just literally looked to, as main character stopped, as the big dragon coming toward him, as it just roared a little bit, as let's say Rias and the other were pretty much afraid what would happen. As we see, the dragon just stopped and is looking toward our main character into the eyes, as the dragon also stopped, as our main character put his hand forward, and then the dragon suddenly said in a deep voice, I accept you as my master. As our main character Eric, I'll tell that the dragon was afraid of my aura, and he could only tell that I was physically strong. As the dragon turned into a little, he never expected the dragon would be that little. As our main character picked it on his hand, and you can say poking it slightly, as it stated in a little tiny voice, said, Master, don't poke me like that. I just become inconvenient for you, so you can take me with you. As our main character said, ha, you just look cute, little man. I'm a girl. As our main character said, oops, girl. And then Rias and let's say the female masters, you can say mouth was onto the dam in the ground, as he stated, how did you? As the familiar master said, the great dragon of nightmares, can I ask you a question? Go on, human. Go on, tell me, peasant. As it said, why did you choose a human as your master? As the dragon just stayed quiet for a while, and he stated, this human is lot more worthy than these disgusting devils. They would use trickery and they would be afraid of me, but this human looked into my eye without fear. A dragon only wants his master to be fearless as he can be, so he can provide support for the dragon and give the dragon hope. If my own masters are afraid of me, how am I supposed to save them if they will be afraid every time they saw me? As the female master said, oh. As we see, the dragon was literally into our main character's shoulder, as it was literally nuzzling toward our main character. We see our main character said, for now you should stay here, I will summon you when the time is correct, okay? The dragon just nodded and roared in acknowledgement and turned big again as it leave. As our main character said, as Issa just looking at our main character with jealousy and stated, damn, he got a big cool dragon and I nothing. As he stated, even Asya got a baby dragon, but me, I did not even get a nothing really. As Rias just comforted him and said, you might get someday something. Now we see, after that, they just return to the human world, as let's see, Asa was pretty much jealous of our main character at this point. We see, next day, everything happened as it was the date with Sona once again, as our main character was in a good clothing. As for Sona, she also is just dressed well. As the date went pretty well, and let's say the kiss became a little bit intimate in the last. And let's say the school was pretty much shook at that. The new kid, Riska Fujimaru, was dating Sona Shituri, as it was a big news of the school for a few days. And let's say Seraphal got to know about this a little bit, and she wanted to meet our main character, but she literally wanted to threaten our main character mainly. But we wanna go where we are not here for that. We see a magic circle appear. It was pretty much as our main character said, "Damn, the burning chicken is here." As our main character aside, and as he just heard, Reezer has descended upon a human world. As our main character said, "Is this motherfucker had to talk in third person? Damn, this motherfucker is even annoying than the show." As our main character was still sitting on the still sitting on the sofa, far from the ORC because he was not in the barrage of Rias. As we see, Rias, their talk was still happen as the talk still happen, and Risa was you can say about to order respond to beat up Issei. As before they could beat up Issei, both of the pawn just you can say fell into they were just seeing right there something they should not provoke. As we see in a swift moment, as before both of the Nekomate or what they call Rizer's two pawn was about to touch Issei, their hand got cut at that moment. As our main character said, "Oh, attacking my friend, eh? Interesting." Then Risa said, as Risa wanted to tell that what did he do, but he couldn't recognize our main character and said, "Rias, who? Rias, tell Risa who is this?" As Rias stated that this is Riska Fujimaru, the bearer of the divine divide. As we see, Risa got a little scared because he could feel the aura from Riska coming out. He could already tell that Riska was somewhat close to him, even close surpass him at point. As Risa said, "So is he your pawn as well?" As Rias denied and said, "No. He is a person that you can say have a contract with. He will help us whenever he can." As Risa just gained a smirk and said, "He, it's easy." As our main character said, "Yep, she just blew it off. If she just told that I was her pawn, she could have avoided that rating game." Now our main character was amusedly looking at the scene as Racer posed, Graphia come there. As our main character looked toward her and stated, as Ria suddenly said something that it just felt, you can say, our main character wanting to scream right now. The strongest, Lucifer's queen, what is a present surprise. As Graphia said, my master just said that you should have at least a rating game if you want to do, if Rias don't want to do the arranged marriage in proper way. As Risa thought, why not? As our main character asked Rias about who is she, as she stated, that's my brother's queen. As our main character thought, he literally was wishing that if she was not married to him, please, he literally wanted to her in his harm, literally. So he said, "So is Miss Graphia married to someone?" As Ria shake her head and said, "No, my brother's queen Graphia is pretty much single." As we see, our main character just said, "Damn, she's single, eh? Maybe there is a chance, maybe." As our main character thought, I have to impress her, showing my utmost dominance. I may not be the Emperor of Dominance, but I am the Vanishing Dragon, Emperor Vanishing Dragon, Vanishing Dragon, whatever the dragon I am. I don't care. But if I am able to show the power of this plan, I might able to get her." He thought to himself. As our main character just smirked and stated, "He is gonna be easy." as Rias said, could you please train me? As she was literally bowing a little bit, she put her pride away as our main character said, training, you say? You know, your power is still pathetic, I would say, but Kiba does have potential. You. Maybe you have potential. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you have potential, maybe you don't. Who knows? As for your queen, she is already strong, but she needs to be more strong, versatile in magic. And she needs to accept her other part of her. As Akono stated, how do you know that? Don't forget, I have drag. My drag already told me that you possess. You are a half fallen. And she just nodded and said, I see. Then he just looked toward Konoka and said, you have to also accept your Nekusho blood, so don't be ashamed of it. As Konoko just stayed silent, as Hilo just looked at Issei and stated, and you, mister, you need more training than anyone here right there. And you are the weakest Red Dragon Emperor of anything really. I don't know, at this rate, Oh wait a damn second, there is a way. Hey Drag, have you made contact with Issei, like giving away your limb or something like those things, as sacrificing his limb to you, then he could gain a little bit more power, as Drag said. No, he did not, as our main character said, Now Issei, I would tell you to donate both of your hand, but you motherfucker, you won't do that, eh? As our main character thought, I would say you can literally donate your whole damn body, then you might be strong enough at least. But, you're too weak for that. You will die literally. So he stated, but donate both of your hands, not just left hand or right hand. As Issei nodded and said, how do I do that? You talk that out with drag, not me. As our main character said, should I also change my body part? Nah, I'm already fine, strong as fuck. I don't need to exchange my body for that. He thought to himself, but he just said, I'm gonna think about it later. Now this is the finishing part.